Hey everybody, it's Paul.
And Steve.
And we are back to discuss it all. Now we have a great video for you, especially for this time of year. But before we get to that, we would love it if you guys hit the like button if you enjoy this video at any time during the next few minutes as you're watching. And also hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That will let you know whenever we post a new video. Now, as always, if you want to interact with us, you can join the discussion below in the comments. Let us know if you've got any questions for us or if you want to make a suggestion for a future video.
That's right. We love to hear your thoughts. In fact, a number of the videos that we've done have come right from your comments below. So make sure you drop your suggestions, your ideas, your thoughts, and give us some good things to talk about, because here we discuss everything.
That's right.
Nothing off the table.
That's right. All right, so what do we got today?
So today is great. This is, one of the things I love, Paul, about living in North Carolina is you actually have seasons.
Yes.
In the deep South where I grew up in Mississippi and Alabama, that your seasons were kind of summer and Christmas, and that was it. So at least here there are different seasons, and the fall is the season we're in right now.
That's right.
So we're going to talk about today what are those 5 things that we most like about the fall season.
Awesome.
So I want to hear yours. What's your first favorite part of fall?
All right. So there's going to be a few cliche things on here, I think.
That's okay.
So my favorite thing about the fall, far and away from any of the other 3 seasons, is going to be the weather.
Oh, yeah.
So I know it's a psychological thing, but I love the idea that we're going from the heat of the summer to the cold of the winter. Right. The fall here in North Carolina, it lasts about 3-4 days.
Exactly, yeah. Sometimes.
And they're not together.
No, they're not. Yeah.
But those 3 or 4 days are beautiful.
That's right. But over the course of October and November, you're going to get 3 or 4 fall days.
Exactly. And it is just wonderful. And for me, even though we get the same temperature range during the springtime, I feel like because we're going from cold to hot, it's worse.
That's right. That's right. Exactly.
Somehow because we're going towards that sweltering heat of the summer.
It's going to be terrible. Right.
Whereas we're going towards the cool of the winter. I really do love the fall weather, because a lot of the humidity that's here goes away in the fall, or at least becomes a lot more manageable. The temperature is very cool. You can get around in shorts and a long sleeve shirt if you want, or of course you can throw on pants or whatever. To me the weather is just great, and especially because I used to work outdoors a lot, driving for UPS. I love the fall because you would just get that cool air. There was no better time to work in.
No, that's right. No humidity.
Yeah.
I like having the cooler mornings and cooler evenings, and then it warms up during the day, and so
it's just great.
It's kind of that. It's a neat feel to. You go into work in the morning and it's really cold. You're wearing a coat, and then you walk out and you think, well, why did I bring a coat? But it's it keeps you on your toes.
Right.
Sometimes you get all 4 seasons in the same day in the fall.
Here in North Carolina, you sure do.
So the weather is, and I love fall weather as well. I think that's a really good pick. Something I love about it as well. And it'll relate to some things I think we'll talk about later on.
Yeah.
So the first of those related to the weather is I love fires. I love everything about fire. And, in fact, the first time that I got arrested when I was a kid was for starting a fire.
The first time
when I was in junior high school. So it wasn't intentional, but it happened, because fires, I've just always been kind of a pyromaniac. Love them. And so with the fall comes another cliche of bonfires.
Yeah.
And I love having bonfires. I love starting them, watching them burn, sitting around them, sitting with friends and just hanging out and talking, discussing it all. That's one of the best things about fall, is you get to sit around a fire and discuss it all. So I really do love fires in the fall.
I do too. So I'm with you as far as like being fascinated by a fire. Of course, I've got the gas fireplace over the corner.
Right. Flip the switch.
There's just a certain majesty about going in and getting the wood, piling it up, because there's an art to building a fire.
There is,
and getting it started and going, without like any lighter fluid or gas or anything like that. And it's just a lot of fun. I agree with you. And of course, the fall is the weather for it, because again, you're not fighting the insects of the spring or the summer. And of course, it's no fun in 90-degree heat.
No, it's not.
Being around a fire.
Yeah.
But the fall is the perfect time for it.
Well, and when it's 25 degrees in the winter, you don't want to be gathering all the wood up and trying to get it started. You want somebody else to have started it, and you just walk up to it.
Yeah.
In the fall, you can still enjoy
Yes.
the time when you're building the fire and putting it together and having friends around. So,
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so I like fires. That's my first thing.
Okay, that's a great
About the fall.
That's a great pick. I wouldn't have thought of that. But that's a great pick. All right, my next one. Again, I'm gonna stick with the cliche theme. Is going to be the holidays.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love the two major holidays we get here in the U.S. in the fall are Halloween and Thanksgiving, and depending on the year, I mean, they're kind of a toss-up for my favorite holiday.
Oh, right. Okay.
They're not holidays that are associated with having to go buy a gift for somebody. I just love everything about those holidays.
sure.
Halloween, you can dress up, you can kind of take on a different persona, which is a lot of fun. There's the candy, of course.
Of course.
Thanksgiving to me is probably the best holiday because of it's all about getting together as a family and as friends, gathering around, sharing a meal.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of what it is.
Yeah.
Don't have to really worry about anything else.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. That's good. In the fall, those holidays they just add to the season, and I think Hallmark has taken advantage of that, and really provides you with some good entertainment around those holidays. So
Absolutely.
no, those are good.
Yeah, and sometimes they involve a fire. Like
Yeah.
if you drop a frozen turkey into
A fire pit,
Yeah.
or from the air in a helicopter.
exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so my second choice of favorite things about the fall is going to be the state fair.
Okay.
Now this year, because of COVID, there was no state fair. But I enjoy the state fair. I don't like the rods because I value my life, and so seeing those rods, and so I don't ride the rods at the state fair like I did when I was a kid and didn't know better. But the two things I like about the fair are the food, which we've done a video on fair foods before. Love fair foods, but then also just the people watching.
Yes.
I love to people watch, whether it's in an airport or wherever. But the state fair provides a good opportunity. The freaks come out at night, and so it's interesting to watch.
Yeah. So any gathering, any large gathering of people, especially around a festive atmosphere like a state fair and amusement park, it provides the best people watching.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I'm with you about I don't get on the rides anymore.
No.
I've had a few experiences on state fair rides, and I'm just not doing it again.
Not happening. No, not happening.
So the state fair is great.
Yeah.
To go there just for the food and for the people watching. Maybe look at the animals.
Right, like the animals as well.
Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to being able to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Good.
That's a good one. All right, next one for me is going to be this is an interesting pick for me, and I'm interested to see what you think about this. That's be the fashion.
Oh.
The fashion of fall. To me, I really like it. Each season, at least I think about it this way. Each season kind of has its own look, if you will, its own kind of feel. And this is men and women fashion, but springtime, everything's like kind of pastel and kind of like flowy.
Yeah.
Has that flowy feel. Summertime gets really casual.
Right.
A lot of bright colors, a lot of really casual stuff, especially where we live. The fall, to me, I love the colors.
Yeah.
And it's a time of year when you can start dressing in layers. Really kind of, especially with the weather that we get. This kind of goes back to the weather. You have just a lot more options available to you, and you can dress up a little bit more without looking all.
With being formal. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whereas in the summertime, if you wear the same thing in the summertime, it's like, why are you so dressed up?
Exactly. Yeah. Who died?
And then of course in the wintertime you're bundled up so much, especially in colder climates. It's just different. But I do like winter as well. But the fall kind of has it just has that blend of things that makes the fashion just a lot more fun. Just opens up a lot more. And of course here I am sitting here in a $6 shirt. I'm not the most fashionable people, but I enjoy looking at other people being fashionable.
Yeah, no, I wondered why you said what I would think about fashion being so very fashionable. With
Steve's one of the sharpest
Walmart
dressed guys
shirt.
I know.
No, I'm with you. I like that. And I hadn't really thought about it until you said something. But I like there's certain things that are kind of fall fashion, both for men and women. You have denim with the white sweater and those are things
we
that
get the plaids.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And you're right. That's a really good point. It is something that I think when you see that turn to the fall and those fashions start to come out where you're not having to be bundled up and you look uncomfortable like in the winter. No, I think that's really good. Something to look forward to for the fall every year. So no, that's a great thing.
So the fashion.
Yeah, the fashion. That's good. Should have been on my list. But.
No.
All right, so I'm going to go the next, one of my favorite things, and again, is college football.
Okay.
I love college football. I love the tailgating atmosphere. I love watching college football. That's what Saturdays are for in the South. And so in looking for the fall, the whole, everything that's associated with and surrounding college football is a big thing I look forward to every year.
Okay. Now, let me ask you this, because this is probably a regional thing, but why college football instead of pro football?
I think it is a regional thing.
Okay.
So in the, where I grew up in the South, the two Southern football teams, we really didn't count Miami. That's down as far enough
nobody
away.
does.
No,
it's weird.
no, they're not like, you don't consider them that way. But
Okay.
it was Atlanta, the Atlanta Falcons, and the New Orleans Saints. I was a New Orleans Saints fan because of Archie Manning, and they lost like every game that they ever played.
I was going to say, they had a rough go when you were a kid.
They
so
were
yeah.
awful.
Okay.
Yeah, the Aints. But still kind of supported it. But there's something about for college football is it gathers the community together, and you have real rivalries with people that you know.
Yeah.
So like everybody in Mississippi or Alabama, where I was, you're either going to pick the Falcons and the Saints, and they would play each other. But it wasn't like this real rivalry. But when you're talking about Mississippi State and Ole Miss, or Alabama and Auburn, or Florida and Florida State. You're talking about rivalries where your next door neighbor, you may not talk to them for a few weeks, depending on who wins the game. And that I think adds an element to it. There's that emotional element to it for people in the South.
So like here at the college store, where we have like the flags, like NC State, Wolfpack,
that's right,
and UNC Chapel Hill,
right?
A house divided. I mean, it literally is like that.
It really is like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. See, so I grew up and we like pro sports was the big thing in Maryland for whatever reason. Now, of course, Maryland has good college teams.
No doubt.
But we had a pro team for everything except for basketball.
Right.
And so it was just different. For whatever reason, I kind of gravitated towards pro sports, which is odd because my grandfather, who I dearly loved, was Notre Dame was his college team. And he worshipped Notre Dame football.
How about that?
And I still do look every now and then at Notre Dame, see how they're doing.
Yeah, just to see.
But college football just never was my thing. For me, it would be pro football.
Yeah, sure.
But football actually did make my list of favorite things about fall because to me, growing up, I did enjoy baseball because of the Orioles, of course.
Of course.
But football was really kind of became my sport, and I kind of learned that and kind of figured out the league and who all the people were. And, I think because it didn't have nearly as many games as baseball,
right?
And because there were far fewer impact players, it was just kind of easier to keep track of, and easier to follow for me as I got into my early 20s. So football definitely makes the list for me as far as one of the best things about fall. For me, it's pro.
Yeah, I got you. I understand. Kenny Chesney's "The Boys of Fall" is a great song, and kind of more about high school football, but high school, college, professional football.
Yeah, it's just football. It's just one of those things.
And it doesn't work in the spring. The USFL tried to make it happen, and the fall is the time.
It's just a fall thing. Yeah. All right. Okay, so the next thing for me is going to be pumpkins.
Oh yeah. Okay.
It's just a fall thing.
Pumpkins.
I like pumpkins.
You like to look at pumpkins, or
I do. There's just like I can't be unhappy when I'm looking at a pumpkin. I don't know why. It's just and it's specifically pumpkins. I don't really care a whole lot for eating pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
Other than pie.
Maybe
pumpkin pie is pretty delicious.
Pumpkin spice lattes, or
not my thing. Not really my thing. I don't dislike them. I just don't. I'm not. For me, I'm not going to sacrifice getting like a mocha or something in order to get a pumpkin spice. So,
you like to carve pumpkins? You like to make jack-o'-lanterns?
I guess as much as the next person. I like jack-o'-lanterns. I just like pumpkin. I love the giant pumpkins. I think they're the coolest things in the world.
Oh, absolutely.
But I also like the really miniature pumpkins. And I like the weird looking pumpkins that are different colors.
Right, yeah.
I just like pumpkins. So pumpkins.
Yeah, a couple years ago, Ginger got like a light blue pumpkin. I thought it was painted, but it really was kind of grown to look like that.
I've seen that. The one that I got was almost like a greenish, but it had blues in it. So I don't know what variety. Probably some kind of heirloom pumpkin.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. What is a pumpkin? Is it a fruit or is it a vegetable?
It's a gourd. It's a vegetable.
Oh, it's a gourd.
So it's a gourd. I guess it would technically be a fruit because the seeds are inside of it.
Okay.
So it'd be like a tomato, but it's a gourd.
How about that? Yeah, neat.
Yeah.
I learned something about pumpkins today.
Maybe not even the correct thing.
Yeah.
Might just be
But it's
making up
still
as I go along.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's all right.
But I like pumpkins.
Yeah, someone will, I'm sure, check us in the comments. All right. So I'm going to go, and similar to some things we've talked about, I think this is number 4 for me, right?
Yeah.
So some similar that we've talked about before are the colors of fall.
Yes.
I really I like the oranges and the reds. Spring is fun. I don't dislike the colors of spring, but I'm not a real pastel person. So you mentioned that before.
Yeah.
So that I don't so much like. But spring for me is when I always associate that with like upper respiratory and seasonal allergies and that sort of thing. So maybe it's psychologically the colors are being shaded for me. But I really do like the colors of fall. I like when things are turning red and brown, and even when people are decorating. Ginger has the wreath on the door, and it's the orange and red and brown and that kind of sort of thing colors. And so I like the colors of fall.
Yeah, and I agree with you. The colors of fall are beautiful, and whereas spring has that more lighter tone to it. I mean, even the greens of fall are the much deeper, darker, like forest greens.
Right.
Kind of like the evergreen trees. Just
That's right.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I like. The colors of fall are beautiful.
Yeah, deeper, darker colors.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
All right, the next one for me is going to be. Hang on, did I do 4 or did I do 5? How am I out of things? Where are we at?
Maybe we are. Maybe we went too many.
So.
Oh, did you and I shared one, didn't we?
Yeah. Okay.
Did I steal one of yours?
No. So we did share football. So I'll go.
Yeah.
So I'll go with one more. So I'm going to go with soup.
Oh yes.
So food's going to make our list here. So soup.
Good call.
Soup is going to be one. We used to have this tradition in our house where when football would come on, that would be the first potato soup of the year.
All right. Okay.
I'd make potato soup and we would watch football together. And there's a lot of other soups that I would make that I enjoy, but I've got finicky eaters.
Yes.
And it would basically be I'd be making a pot of soup that I would have to
for
eat
you
myself.
to eat. Yeah.
Yeah,
For like
because
7 days.
it's the weirdest thing. It's like I've got one kid that'll eat chicken noodle soup,
Oh, yeah.
and Shannon doesn't like chicken soup, and she likes minestrone, and so do I, but the kids don't like that, and everybody the potato soup everybody likes.
Okay, all right.
One soup that everybody likes.
That's right. That's the family soup.
Yeah, but overall, soup is something.
Yeah.
I do enjoy making soup. It always comes out pretty good, even if
Right.
it doesn't. It's still good.
Right.
It's always warm. It's just cozy. It's just got that feel to it. It's just got that fall feel to it.
No, you're right. That's exactly right. When growing up, the only soup that virtually we ever ate was chicken noodle soup, and that was only when you were sick. Right, because it has this healing property. Chicken noodle soup can heal you apparently, and so I didn't grow up with a lot of soups.
Okay. Because you grew up in the deep south.
Because I grew up in the deep, it never got cool enough to have soups. But Ginger, she loves and she makes soups all the time.
Okay,
So
yeah.
when the fall hits, she can't wait. It's like she is just on edge. For the first time that it gets below about 60 degrees, soups, we're going to be having that.
Yeah.
And there are several that she kind of cycles through, and she has some that I love. And I always find, I don't know about you, but I always find that soup is better, like with chili. Chili and soup are always better like the third day,
Yes.
after everything's had a chance to
Yep.
kind of coalesce together.
Absolutely. Yeah, those flavors enhance.
Yeah, I
As said there.
love soups as well, and the fall, that's about the only time that soups become a big deal.
It's kind of like a fire. Like, I mean,
Right.
you could have a fire year round,
Yeah.
but there's that magical thing, that magical property that comes during the fall that makes a fire great. Soup is the same way.
No, I'm with you. So my fifth one is going to be related to that. So that kind of sounded in the same food area, and that is warm drinks.
Okay.
So I love warm cider, hot chocolate. Now I'm not going to drink. Now I'll drink coffee year round, and it can be 100 degrees outside, and I'm going to be drinking coffee. But not hot chocolate. And it's strange. I don't know why, but I would never drink hot chocolate in the summer.
Okay.
But in the fall, I love it. I love to have a pot of wassail on the stove where you have the cinnamon and the apple cider and the oranges, and I mean it's just absolutely amazing. I remember in high school, every year that our kind of church youth group would do the little Christmas thing, Lori Cannell would bring this wassail, and it had like Red Hots in it. You remember Red Hots,
Yes.
the little candy? And so Red Hots went in there, and it was just absolutely amazing. I think about it every fall. You know, the having hot chocolate, apple cider, wassail, that sort of thing. I love warm drinks in the fall, but I don't want to have them any other time.
Okay, so warm drinks for me are interesting because I like them, but I just don't go through the effort to either get them or make them.
Oh, right.
So I'm with you. Like coffee, I'll drink year round. 100 degrees out, whatever. So it's just kind of easy for me to just go make a cup of coffee.
Right. Yeah.
If I'm somewhere and like if I'm at a party, like hey, we got cider.
Yeah,
Or whatever,
yeah.
absolutely, sign me up for it.
Right.
I want to try that. But yeah, it's just for whatever reason I just
You don't make it.
Yeah, just don't make
I
it.
don't blame you. Yeah.
So yeah, but I'm with you with hot chocolate. Yeah, fall, maybe winter. That's the only time I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Now,
gonna
do you
that
like marshmallows in your hot chocolate?
I can go either way.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, to me, it's not necessary.
All right.
I don't like them, but I don't dislike them. I probably, if I have the choice, I'm probably going to go no.
No.
But I'm not going to turn down a hot chocolate with marshmallows in it.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. How about you?
I know I do. And not the Swiss Miss, where you pull the packet and it's got the little
teeny
miniature
tiny,
ones.
yeah.
Yeah, those don't really count.
Right.
But the the nice marshmallows, that you just love to have those in there and they melt down and use the spoon to. Oh, I just love it.
It's almost like French onion soup with a layer of cheese on top.
That's right.
It's kind of the
Absolutely.
same. Like
Yeah.
you need a layer.
I think I'm having hot chocolate time. So.
Here you go.
And a soup.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, so that's going to do it for our list. That was at least
right.
5 for each of
That
us,
was
right?
fine.
Maybe 6 for me.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, what did we have on our list that you guys agree with? What did we leave off that you would put on your list of the 5 favorite things about fall? Leave those down in the comments below. Let us know. We would love to see what you think. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't and hit those thumbs up buttons. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.